Believe it or not, the fax machine used to be just as mainstream as an email account. For those of you who don't know much about the fax machine, let's take a look at the technology and the history. Hi, this is Will Hollis reporting for demtech.org. Fax is short for facsimile and is the transmission of scanned printed material to a telephone number connected to a printer or another output device. The document is then scanned with a fax machine, which processes the text as a single image. The receiving machine interprets the tones and then prints a paper copy. Early systems used conversions of image darkness to audio tone in an analog manner. In 1924, Richard H. Ranger invented the wireless photoradio diagram, which was the basis for today's fax machines. A photo of President Calvin Coolidge sent from New York to London on November 29, 1924 was the first photo picture reproduced by a radio fax. Radio fax is still common use today for transmitting weather charts and information to ships at sea. In 1964, the Xerox company patented and introduced the first version of the modern-day fax machine. This unit could be connected to any modern-day phone line, and in about 6 minutes, the machine could transmit a letter-sized document to the recipient. In the 1970s, increased competition brought many new companies into the marketplace selling fax machines. In a short period of time, fax machines have begun to disappear. Some businesses, however, still use faxes for sensitive information, and remote-hosted fax servers are now available, allowing users to send and receive faxes directly over the internet. The machines are no longer necessary to send and receive faxes. Some countries still exclusively use faxes to sign documents because electronic signatures are not valid by law. But it is safe to say, however, the usage of fax has significantly declined over the past 30 years and continues to do so. In order to understand the history and decline of this technology, I spoke with Rich Martino, who has been servicing fax machines for over 30 years.
Yes, my name's Richard Martino. I've been in the business, the better part of 30 plus years. My position is a senior account executive at Aztec Office.
How is the fax machine changed over the years?
The fax itself has not changed. What the things that have changed is the technology, because basically what a fax machine is, it basically takes a paper document, it digitizes it, and then creates and changes it to an analog signal. So it takes a hard document, anything that you typed or anything that you have that's in paper format, when you put it into the fax machine, it scans it, digitizes it, and then changes it to an analog signal to go over the phone lines. All your phone lines are analog. Again, the phone lines themselves date back to when Alexander Graham Bell first invented that technology. The technology has not changed really since that time. What has changed is the internet and creating a digital format.
Do you ever think there'll be a day where fax machines will be obsolete, or do you think that we'll always have a need for them in volume type situations like you were talking about before?
In all honesty, I really think they're obsolete already, just from the simple standpoint that everybody has an email as we're moving forward. It's as long as you have a piece of equipment, there's a lot more people that are scanning documents from their house. You can go buy a typical HP product or a Kyocera or a Canon product from Staples or Office Max, probably for less than $200. You can get that technology.
What does that mean for your industry going forward? Do you guys have to shift and adapt to new technology, or will you still be able to sell these type of machines?
Well, I think there's always going to be a need. But case in point, going back in time, everybody wanted them. It was the latest technology as they were moving forward. It was the hottest thing on the marketplace at that point, which basically it was a matter of trying to get your hands on the technology because there was a limited stock. But going back in time, we're talking probably 1986 to 1989. If I ordered 150 plain paper fax machines, 9 shots out of 10, 149 of them were already spoken for before I even received inventory of them. So the demand was there. So of course, business was much stronger back then as well, and you could justify the expense at that point. Now what's happened with all the new technologies moving forward, i.e. email, scanning, things of that nature, the prices have come down considerably. We're moving forward in a positive direction, and basically what's happening, the technology has changed from analog to digital, and now we're moving stronger to the scanned document, also going back on the digital phase now. So it's going away. I don't think I wouldn't be surprised to see it be eliminated in the next 5 to 10 years. But what's going to drive that is a lot of the hospitals and things of that nature, the banking industry, until the next technology, they draw a line in the sand and say, we're not accepting this any longer. That's when that's going to take place.
It's clear that at one point the fax machine was innovative and mainstream, but according to Rich Martino and others in the fax machine industry, this declining technology is almost obsolete. For Demtech.org, this is Will Hollis.